Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including Tesla's new revamped referral program for the US, another recall and what needs to change there, Apple Music, and early Cybertruck production, so let's get into it. First up today, after relaunching the referral program in China, Tesla has now done the same in the United States. For years, Tesla had a referral program that went through various phases. In the first phase, referrals could earn a percentage off of a Tesla Roadster. This worked very well for a few popular Tesla referrers, but of course those cars have yet to deliver. Then the program changed to involve drawings of Tesla vehicles and 1,000 free supercharger miles before they ultimately discontinued referrals for cars in general. Today, the only referrals you can earn are for solar, but with this program that soon may change. Now in the Tesla app, when you navigate to Lootbox, you'll see any supercharger credits and when they expire, along with a tab for loyalty credits. Right now, unless you happened to just make a solar referral, everyone has 0 credits here. But this is very much set up to where I think Tesla will be adding vehicle referrals in the future. In the credits tab, you can see that if you refer someone for a solar roof or solar panels, you'll get 6,000 credits along with the buyer. Tesla also has loyalty credits, and these are credits you'll earn for buying a product yourself. Again, the only thing you can earn for right now is solar products. Under Redeem, though, we can see the value of these credits. 6,000 credits will get you a wall connector, which is $400 in Tesla's online store. This matches the amount Tesla previously paid for solar referrals. Lots of other merch and products can be purchased with referral credits, including full self-driving and enhanced autopilot. You'd need 40 solar referrals right now to earn FSD, which again is a reason why I think they'll be adding vehicle referrals back to this program. It feels like a bit of a waste of a fully fleshed out referral system in the app right now. The big question on everyone's mind, though, is whether or not Tesla will allow users to extend the expiration date of supercharger miles or turn those into credits. For me, I have a lot of supercharger referral miles that will just be guaranteed to expire in May if Tesla doesn't change anything. I personally hope they at least extend the expiration date here, but being able to convert those and buy things like enhanced autopilot would also be great. It shouldn't cost Tesla too much and will lead to many happy Tesla owners. We'll see how this develops, but I'm glad to see this program return and allow you to eventually redeem credits for most things in Tesla's online store. In the meantime, I'll start putting my referral link in the description below again. Right now, it only works for solar, but hopefully it will work for cars in the future. Next up today, 2 different software updates should be on their way in Teslas. First is FSD version 11. According to Elon Musk, this is going out to customer beta testers this week. The thing to keep in mind is that there could be still some time before this ends up truly being expanded to a wide release where anyone who buys FSD can get it. Once that happens, anyone should be able to pay $200 a month or $15,000 up front to try out the beta. The big thing here is that this is finally the single stack that Elon has been talking about for seemingly years now, with FSD running the same build in every scenario. It still has a long way to go, but this is a big step and could finally end up being the version they ship to anyone who wants it. Right now, the beta testers comprise about 160,000 people, but this has reportedly already been expanding. Version 11 could be expanding quicker than we expect. On the other side of things is the software in vehicle that everyone gets for free. Tesla has done a holiday update for the last few years, bringing fun Easter eggs and genuinely useful features. Last year, this update included a light show for the holiday, a customizable app launcher with a full new UI, the blind spot camera that pops up on Signal, waypoints editing in Maps, TikTok, Sonic the Hedgehog, and a few other improvements. Most notable to me was the blind spot camera, which I now use every single day. In 2020, Tesla also released a holiday update with many new features like Boombox, but that one wasn't quite as drastic and useful. This year, there are already a few things expected to come, and the first is Apple Music. Teslas now include radio, TuneIn, Spotify, and Tidal support on screen. This syncs your account and means you can completely use these services independent of your phone as long as your car has connectivity. It's really great, but Apple Music is one of the main streaming services people use these days. So far, Tesla and Apple haven't played too nice, but at the Peterson Museum this week, Tesla had a plaid interior on display, and the software on the Model S was an Apple Music app. That's how this first leaked, but after that, release notes leaked as well. They say, stream over 100 million songs and 30,000 playlists ad-free. Listen to your entire library, discover more music, and tune into live radio stations. To access Apple Music, tap the Apple Music icon in the application launcher, scan the QR code with your mobile device, and log in with your Apple ID. Note, a premium connectivity subscription is required to stream Apple Music over a cellular connection. The next question is how many Apple Music features will be brought to the Tesla app. Since Apple Music now supports Dolby Atmos, wireless, and spatial audio in some vehicles. These could be great and in line with Tidal's hi-fi offerings available through offline downloading in Tesla vehicles. As for timing, there is nothing confirmed, but most think this update will be part of Tesla's 2022 holiday update. It's a big feature for many, and many owners have been asking for this relentlessly. Glad to see it finally coming. In addition to Apple Music is this button that many are speculating could allow you to control the rear screen from the front screen in the Model S and X. That could be a great feature to add to those vehicles. Aside from Apple Music and that update for the Model S and X, the wider release of FSD version 11 could align with this update, but something else could be Steam integration. Elon Musk has talked about this for some time, and Tesla has reportedly been in the testing phase. If this came in the holiday update, it would immediately bring thousands of games to all Teslas. That alone would make this holiday update a big deal. We'll have to see what all Tesla brings in this update, but Apple Music is basically confirmed since we have official release notes. Very happy to see that. Next up today, Tesla is facing another recall, and it again raises the question, does this system need to change? Reuters reported this week that Tesla recalls 321,000 US vehicles over rear light issue. The issue is that the taillight may intermittently fail to illuminate in some 2023 Model 3s and 2020 through 2023 Model Ys. Around the same time, Tesla recalled around 30,000 Model Xs over a front passenger airbag issue. As is often the case here, we read that Tesla said it will deploy an over-the-air update to correct the rear light issue and said it has no reports of any crashes or injuries related to the recall. The same is the case for the Model X airbag recall. As a result of these most recent recalls, many are reporting on the fact that this is Tesla's 19th recall of the year. That's a lot of recalls, but it's important to distinguish the difference between the importance of these issues being fixed and how they are being fixed. The recall system doesn't distinguish between an automatic over-the-air software update and a car needing to be brought in for a multi-day service appointment. So let's look into Tesla's 19 recalls this year. Is this a big issue and their cars really just aren't developed as well as others? A total of 3,769,572 Tesla vehicles were affected by recalls this year alone. That's a lot, right? Well, 12 of those 19 recalls were fixed with over-the-air software updates. These are downloaded and installed automatically to everyone's cars to fix the issue. Throughout this year, these software recalls fixed things like windshield defrosting issues, rolling stops for FSD, and backup camera delays. 6 of these recalls required physical repairs at Tesla service, affecting a total of 31,427 vehicles. So for the full year, only 31,427 Teslas have actually had to come in for repair. That's less than 1% of Tesla's total vehicle recalls for this year actually needing physical repairs. Then the last of their 19 recalls was a single replacement for a Model X lacking a body structure reinforcement bracket for the second row of seating. Since these are all technically recalls under current terminology, many have the misconception that Tesla is the most recalled automaker out there. They seem to be the only one that people actually write about, but Ford is actually the most recalled automaker in 2022. They've had 63 recalls this year, affecting over 8 million vehicles. That's 21 more recalls than VW, who is the second most recalled automaker this year. Of course, each of these brands have many more cars on the road than Tesla, but number of recalls and percentage of total is how these are ranked. Tesla is pretty far down the list as is, and 12 of those 19 recalls were fixed with no effort from owners. This is a big reason why Elon Musk and others are calling for the terminology to change. These recalls and fixes for safety features fixed with software updates are important. Tesla has a software issue in their cars that presents a safety risk, and they need to fix it. However, the perception of a recall for many just doesn't line up with the reality of how most of these Tesla recalls are being fixed. It's also very funny to get all these recall notices in the mail from Tesla, which are legally required. They simply say there was an issue and it was already fixed with a software update. It's a pretty useless letter, and I'd love to see that paper saved in the future as well. I think there may even be a couple more recalls this year, but it's important to keep this in mind when reading news about them. I think there needs to be a new term for a software recall, but what are your thoughts? Should this terminology be updated? Leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts and how it could potentially be distinguished. Next up today, there's a new rumor circulating about Cybertruck production coming earlier than expected. The latest timeline for Elon Musk is that the Cybertruck will enter production in mid-2023. Tesla now has 1.5 million Cybertruck reservations, so demand for this truck, even if many of those people cancel, is immense. Now a new rumor is saying that prior to Tesla reaching full production in Giga Texas, they could be planning to build and deliver 30 Cybertrucks in December. These would be built prior to true casting and production at Giga Texas, and would likely be delivered to employees for expanded internal testing prior to true production. This would be very exciting, but most doubt this report, including me. I don't see why Tesla would build Cybertrucks differently than they plan to. With everything on their plate, including the launch of the Semi in December, it just seems extremely doubtful. I'd absolutely love to see it and be proven wrong here, but I heavily doubt this rumor. Next up today, Tesla's biggest advantage, their supercharger network, just keeps growing. Around a year ago, Tesla hit a new milestone with 30,000 chargers deployed worldwide and counting. Throughout this year, we've seen them open superchargers to non-Tesla EVs in certain countries and open up supercharger location polling. They are expanding rapidly, and now they have officially hit 40,000 superchargers worldwide and counting. They are only speeding up their rollout, and it's remarkable to see. It's what makes their cars stand out more than any other EV, especially in the US. However, Tesla has continued opening up chargers to non-Teslas. This time they expanded their pilot program to Italy, meaning that most of Tesla's superchargers are open to all EVs in Europe. Not all of them are open to all EVs, but Tesla is using this as an opportunity to collect data on how this is working out. Congestion is very important to manage here, and that's a big reason we haven't seen them open up US chargers yet. They say they will soon though, so this will be very interesting to watch at the same time that they're trying to make their own smaller connector the new standard for North America. Next up today, Tesla is reportedly considering South Korea as a top candidate for a new factory in Asia. Elon Musk has talked a lot about Tesla revealing a new Gigafactory location in 2022, and rumor had it that it would end up being in Canada. Now it looks like Tesla could be shifting to South Korea as Tesla is considering where to put this factory. Tesla already works closely with LG Energy Solutions in South Korea and plans to extend cooperation with South Korea on supply chains. This information comes from a discussion between Elon Musk and South Korea's president. There isn't a transcript of their discussion, but reportedly, quote, Musk said Tesla considers South Korea as a top candidate for investment. Yoon listened to Musk's plans to construct another Gigafactory in Asia to make electric cars. Musk also expressed willingness to actively invest in EV charging infrastructure in South Korea, and Tesla is looking to expand supply chain cooperation with Korean companies. At the same time as well, as pointed out by Troy Teslike, quote, South Korea has a free trade agreement with the US. That means cells produced in South Korea meet the criteria for the $7,500 tax credit. It's likely that Tesla will import 2170 cells from LG in South Korea to replace the CATL LFP cells from China that Fremont uses. This could be a great way for Tesla to ensure all of their cars qualify for battery requirements under new revised US EV tax credits. It also could be a great location for a new factory in general. We'll see if Tesla officially announces their next location this year or not. Next up today, Tesla has reportedly placed a massive order of new FSD chips with TSMC. All the way back in 2020, it was reported that Tesla was working on a new Hardware 4.0 FSD chip with TSMC. At the time, they said it would be for mass production in Q4 of 2021, but now it's reported that Tesla is finally beginning to place large orders of its next generation FSD chip. Quote, TSMC is receiving orders for vehicles, and it is reported that it has replaced Samsung and won a large order for Tesla's new generation of fully automatic driver assistance chips. They plan to supply Tesla's production from a factory in Arizona. Not much is known about this future FSD computer and hardware from Tesla, but with big orders being placed, we could see them on vehicles shortly. The question will then be, is this chip just to improve and future-proof cars, or will this be required for FSD features? If so, Tesla would be doing a number of retrofits for FSD customers. Last up today, some updates about other automakers. Pininfarina has released new metrics on their Batista hypercar EV. It looks to be the quickest accelerating EV yet, beating the Plaid Model S and Lucid Sapphire with a 0 to 60 in 1.79 seconds. 0 to 120 will be in 4.49 seconds. It also accomplished an incredible feat for braking. It completed a stop from 100 kilometers per hour in just 31 meters, beating the Chevy Corvette CR1, which did this in 38.7 meters. Its top speed is 217.48 miles per hour, and it also achieved a 300-mile EPA range in testing, which is a record for a hypercar. This is very exciting, and impressive electric vehicle engineering is always great to see. It's not cheap though, coming in at $2.25 million a piece. From purely a specs perspective, I think this makes the Plaid Model S look even more impressive. It's $135,000 for a 400-mile range and 0 to 60 that's just 0.2 seconds slower. Of course, there's much more to that, and these are entirely different customer bases, but I'm excited to see what the Roadster could bring. It could compete with this vehicle at 1/10 of the price. Over at VW, very much on the other side of things, one of their most popular cars, the Golf, ended production with the e-Golf in 2020, but looks like it could be returning. At the LA Auto Show, VW's CEO of passenger cars said, quote, "We have iconic brand names, Golf and GTI. It would be crazy to let them die and slip away. We will stick with the ID logic, but iconic models will carry a name." It's not confirmed, but he hinted that the vehicle could end up being the ID Golf. Previously, the ID3 was expected to replace the Golf entirely, but it looks like it may be resurrected as an EV in the future. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see my latest Tesla accessory recommendations, along with some holiday coupon codes, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.